types of force systems, sir.
Okay, okay. So how many types of forces now?
Okay, sir.
Now forces maybe in linear dimensions, that is unidimensional. We can say it is a unidimensional. So it is
Yeah.
acting on a single axis. When the force is acting along a plane or along the two axes, then that is termed as two-dimensional forces or force. When the forces are acting about all three axes or about all three dimensions on any body, then such system is a three-dimensional force system. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what is the effect of this force? External or internal effect of force? What will you get about this point? External and internal effect of the force. So
Yeah.
I will show you a diagram. You can see here there is a clip which is connected by means of bolt to some object, and there is a external force applied on this cable of
Yeah.
tension P. So what will be the effect, or what is the external and internal effect on this object? Can you answer this?
Uh, mm, this that will be moving, sir. There will be a movement.
What is the external effect? So in this case, we can say this applied tension in the cable, that is of magnitude P, is the external effect. Okay. So what is mean by now internal effect? Now there is a resistive force or reactive force in this assembly, that is in connection or in bolt system. That is nothing but our internal effect, which is generated after the action of external force. Okay, so you can see in this bracket there is a P external force, and
Yeah.
which produce a reactive force in this connection
Yes,
due
sir.
to the exertion of this external force. Now this external force on a body may be applied or may be reactive. Okay,
Yeah.
the external force will be maybe applied or maybe reactive. Reactive means it gives reaction on the some applied forces, or we can also provide an internal resistive force by applying some another force from this direction, that is your applied force, or there is a generation of internal reactions in this body, that is your reactive force to resist this external force. Now if we see the free body diagram for this, we can see at this point there is a force is applied. This is the inclination of this applied tension P with respect to horizontal. So there will be equal and opposite force in this assembly, that is internal force. So
Yeah.
this is nothing but the effect of the forces on any object. So this to be the equilibrium, or for the equilibrium of this body, this internal effect or internal forces or internal reactive forces should be equals to this applied external forces. Okay, now this internal resisting effect or internal forces and the deformation of this body is depends on the material properties of this material of the body or the object. So we have just discussed in previous section plasticity and elasticity, or plastic or elastic property. So based on these properties, this internal resisting force may change or may
Yes,
vary from material to material. Okay.
yes, sir.
Now, principle of transmissibility. Before moving towards numericals, we should know about the principle of transmissibility. Now, what does it mean? So, technically, we can say a force may be applied at any point on its given line of action without altering the magnitude or without altering the resultant effect of the force external to the rigid body. So it is very hectic. So in general, I will tell you. So there is a line of action of this force P is from B to A. If we apply force at B,
Yeah.
or if we apply force at P instead of B, there will be no change in the effect of the resultant or resulting force. So along the line of action of force, the magnitude of this force and the resistive force will not change. So by the example you can understood. So in this crane you can see this crane is lifting some amount of weight. So in this cable there may be some tension. So in this cable at any point if we check the force or tension, it will be equal. This is nothing but our principle of transmissibility, means along the line of action of the force, the magnitude or resulting force will not change. Okay,
Yes, sir.
got it?
Yes, sir, I got it.
Now just we have discussed one dimensional, two dimensional and three dimensional force system. So let's move towards two dimensional force system. In one dimension there is very simple, in single line there will be forces are acting. So we will move or we will jump towards the two dimensional force system. Okay,
Yes, sir.
what does it says? So to resolve this two dimensional force system, rectangular component we have to find. Or what is the rectangular component? Suppose there is a force or F force is acting in such direction in this X and Y plane. Okay, so if we resolve this in two components, that is
Yes,
Fx and Fy, so it will form a rectangle. So that's why these components are termed as rectangular component of this F vector. Okay, now this Fx gives the scalar quantity. So we
yes,
can say this F is equals to Fx plus Fy. Now from where we are saying this? So by using the parallelogram rule or by using the triangle law or
yes,
graphical method, which we already discussed, I hope you have discussed in your school level. So if we consider this triangle, this is horizontal component Fx and this is vertical Fy. So this resultant force should be equals to sum of these two components. So by using that law or that rule, we can say this F is equals to Fx plus Fy. Okay, now
yes.
we know this Fx is nothing but equals to Fxi.
Yeah,
Fxi, what does it mean? It is a force vector. This Fx, if we use only Fx, it is a scalar quantity. It will give the magnitude. So
yeah,
for this vector, x vector will be the projection of this line over the x-axis. Okay, if we write just or we measure this length, it will be just simple magnitude.
yeah,
But in vector quantity, it will have magnitude and direction. So we will add I in this term. So Fx will be equals to Fxi, and this is vertical projection, shows the vector in y direction. So if we add this j in this value, it will become the
right.
y vector of this F force. Okay, got it? So
Yes,
we
sir.
can write it as Fx equals to Fxi or Fy equals to Fy vector or Fyj.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
if rewrite it in this equation, it will be equals to F equals to Fxi plus Fyj. Now, this Fx and this Fy, just we have, I have said that it is the scalar quantity in x and y direction. Means it have only magnitude. If we add this I and j, it will become a vector quantity, or we can say this Fxi is the vector component of f in x direction, and Fyj, it is the vector component of force f in y direction. If we use only Fx, it will be scalar component of vector f. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now how to find this Fx, this value of Fx? Can you tell me from where or from which rule we can get this Fx?
No idea, sir.
So you can see in this triangle, If we
Yeah.
consider this triangle, this is horizontal side and this is the vertical side, and
Yeah.
this will be the hypotenuse. Okay, so we
Yeah.
can say this side is fx and this side is fy. This hypotenuse is f. Okay, if we
Yeah.
take, we have to find this fx. Okay, so if we take cos theta, it will be equals to fx divided by hypotenuse f. Or if we rearrange, it will give fx equals to f into cos theta, or we can write fx equals to f cos
Yeah.
theta. Now we have to find fy. How to
Yeah.
get fy?
Same. Fy and this horizontal line and then hypotenuse, we're gonna get fy is equal to minus f sine theta maybe.
Minus y minus.
Yeah, it is in the opposite side. Yeah,
Where
no,
is
it is.
opposites? It
Yeah,
will be positive. It is in the same direction. Okay,
yes, sir.
so it will be fy equals to f sine theta. Now again in this triangle, if we use Pythagoras theorem, we can find this unit force, or this is resultant. We can say this is resultant force of this fx and fy force
Yeah.
components. It can be obtained if we are known about these values fx and fy, and we have to find this f value. We can use Pythagoras theorem. What does it say? This hypotenuse square will be equals to sum of the both
F,
adjacent side square. Okay,
yes, sir.
or by taking square root, we can get f equals to under root of fx square plus fy square.
Yeah.
Is it clear? Now
Yes.
again, fx fy is given. It has asked to find f as well as the direction of this f, means this theta, at which inclination this resultant force is acting. So again in this triangle we can say tan theta equals to opposite by adjacent, or
Yeah.
if we take tan inverse, we'll get theta, that is theta will be equal to tan inverse of fy, this is opposite side. If it is fy, this will be again fy by fx.
Yeah.
So are you getting it? Because
Sir.
by using this principle only, we have to move towards numericals.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's go towards determining the component of forces. Now in this is the ideal case, but it will not happen that
Okay.
we will get ideal case in each example. Okay, so
Yeah.
we will solve some example
Yeah.
for getting the component of the forces. Now in this we can say there is a lever and it is applied with the help of external force F, which is at an inclination with this axis Y. So for this inclined lever, the line or axis along this lever is considered as X and perpendicular it as a Y. So what will be the X and Y component of this force? Now can you tell? If you got these things, you can answer this.
Oh,
What
what
will
is
be the X? Yes,
X will be f sine theta and that will be f cos theta, sir.
very good. Fx will be
F
F
sine theta.
sine beta.
Yeah.
Here it's beta. Okay, and
Yeah.
Fy will be F
Cos
cos
theta.
beta. Now here is one more example. What about this?
This one X will okay. This is the forces acting internally.
Again, it's a lever.
Yeah.
Okay. Now for this, the axis passing through this lever or along this lever is a x-axis and perpendicular it as a y-axis. And the force is acting in such direction such that inclination with this x-axis is a beta. Now it is
Yeah.
in downward direction.
Yeah.
Now if we draw a free body diagram for this, suppose this is y for this one and this is x. I have just tilted it, okay?
Yes,
So
sir.
force is acting in this direction, right?
Yeah.
Now if we prolong it, it will be like this, passing through the origin of the x and y axis. Now
Yes,
this
sir.
angle is given as with respect to x as a
Beta.
beta. So it will be beta, right? Now we
Yes,
have
sir.
to find this component x and this y component of this force F. Now can you tell me the value of x and y component now? What will be the value of this Fx and this Fy?
Fx will be minus fx sine f sine beta, and y will be minus f cos beta.
Y is the minus.
It is going
Okay,
down.
okay, as we are taking this plane, very good. This is our x and y plane in this direction. We tilt it. This is our required plane. This force is in opposite quadrant. So
Yeah.
these two components will be negative. Fx equals to minus f cos beta
And
and
f.
Fy equals to minus f sine beta. Now I hope you can easily find the component for these two diagrams also. Okay, so just note this diagram, or these are given in your book which you have told me yesterday, so you can refer that book.
Yes, sir.
Now let's move towards the multiple forces. This is about only single force. What about the multiple forces? Now in this diagram you can see, suppose there is two forces Fx and F1 and Fy, both are acting from this origin. Now this F2 force, if we move from origin O to this tip of this F1, so we can easily find the resultant component R for this by using the triangle rule. So in this diagram you can see there is a F1 force and this is the F2 force. Actually these two forces are concurrent at this point O. But for solving, we have shifted this origin of this F2 force from O to the tip of the F1, so that we can get a exact triangle. So by using triangle rule, we can get this third side or this resultant component. So we can say by observing this, R will be equals to again F1 plus F2, the sum of the F1 plus
F2.
F2.
Yeah.
Likewise. Now again F1 have inclined force. It is a not in
Fine.
a x or y direction. It is in
Yeah.
some random direction. So it will give two components now, F1x and
F.
Fyx, right?
Yeah. Yes,
Now
sir.
for vector, we can take F1xi plus F1yj. Similarly for
F2.
F2, that is F2xi plus F2yj. Now observe this R vector, resultant vector. Again, it's an inclined force. So it will give again two component forces, that
Yes,
is
sir.
Rxi and Rx, sorry, Ryj. So it will be Rxi plus Ryj equals to, now this I, if we take common I from these two values, we will get F1x plus F2x of yi plus
Yeah.
F1y plus F2y of j. So now by comparing or by observing this, we can say Rx equals to F1x plus F2x and Ry equals to F1y plus F2y. Can I write like this?
Yes, sir.
Now, by this equation, we can say this Rx is nothing but summation of component of all forces in x direction only. and Ry is nothing but equals to summation of component of all forces in y direction.
Yeah.
Now this F2y will be negative. If we observe this diagram, as it is originally acting from this O point, so this its y component is in opposite direction, right? So it will
Yes.
be negative. So F2y will be negative. So by observing it, we can say this Ry is nothing but equals to F1y minus F2y. So
Right.
it will be negative for calculating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So such examples when forces acting from single origin point, in practice it will occur like this in the trusses or in the towers. You can see these are the two members. These are concurrent at this point. It will have some force F1, it will have some force F2. So we have to resolve it likewise. Got it?
Sir.